time again. Another day for another win. We ain't never gonna relent. We going hard, never giving in. Hey yo, it's time for another one. Yeah, we on another run. We ain't never leaving. The competition we don't see. This is winning season. This is winning season. Either you race or you against us. You know it's that time again. Another day for another win. We ain't never gonna relent. We going hard, never giving in. Hey yo, it's time for another one. Yeah, we on another run. We ain't never leaving. The competition we don't see. This is winning season. This is winning season. This is winning season.
Welcome in live to Buffalo Wild Wings. It's the Uncaged podcast, and today we are joined by a special group. It is the Tigettes in the building, fresh off of their trip to Florida. Their national routines went very well. Meredith Dennis, the head coach for the Tigettes, here joining me. I'm Dylan Rivera. Thank you for tuning in as well, and thank you to everybody who showed up here at Buffalo Wild Wings on this Wednesday night. I want to start by just talking about the travel down there to Orlando, because you guys had a different trip than usual, I guess we'll say. You guys bussed down there, and that's a long bus ride down there.
Yes,
How was that?
I can't speak for the kids, but personally, I didn't think it was that bad. So we left Tuesday night. They were able to sleep for the most part overnight, made a couple of stops, switched drivers at like 4 in the morning, and made it safely with all of our stuff and didn't have the hassles of airport delays, being told we couldn't carry things on. We got to bring all of our food with us.
Yeah.
So it actually, I liked it.
Easy breezy, right?
Yes.
Are you going to do it again?
So we haven't talked about it, but I personally think we should. So we'll see what the consensus is after we get the new team in April. We'll
Could be some good team bonding, too, being around each other in that tight space.
They did not kill each other.
Yeah.
So, we all made it back in one piece. So I think that bodes well for the team.
Absolutely. Well, now I got to ask, what's your favorite road trip snack?
Oh, gosh, we had lots of them. Well, one of my moms made me personally a candy salad, so that was great because I don't typically eat candy, but I ate a lot. I just told the girls I ate so much candy at Nationals. I just love anything like chips, salty, that kind of stuff, yeah.
Okay. Well, then we get into the actual weekend and everything that goes on. So you make your way down there safely. You guys are all on that bus trip. Everything goes well. You get down to Florida, and day one, was it all fun and games and Universal, or was it straight into competition?
So day one, arriving, we went to dinner that night. We do a big fancy dinner is what they like to call it, and celebrate, get ready for competition. Thursday is a big practice day. We have our time on the Marley floor, which is crucial because we don't get that here at home because of space and just what we have available to us. So we're able to get into the Marley, get a feel for what the floor is going to be like. The temperature difference makes the floor feel different. And then Friday, we kicked off competition. So a lot of work, no play to start. We end with the fun stuff.
Break down what you mean by the Marley floor being different. How is that different from where you guys are?
So we practice on a pseudo gym floor. It's closer to a gym floor. Marley is material that goes down that is better for dancers, better for footing, all of those things. So we get to experience that when we're at Nationals. We have a little bit of it in our studio space here in Broken Arrow, but not enough to fully practice and use. So it helps us get the routines and really see what they're going to feel like and look like on that floor.
Is it like a challenge or an adjustment to
Oh, absolutely. It is better for us in the long run. So obviously, if we could have it all the time, that would be great. Yeah. Hint, hint, wink, wink to anybody who can make that happen for us. But it's better for us. It's better for our joints, for our feet, for just in general the technique that we're putting on the floor.
Yeah. You guys took a big group down there. You
did.
Varsity squads and JV squads that were performing, and a big crew. And was it straight into all those practices? Was that easy for you guys to kind of manage everything, or was it kind of trying to figure out how things are going to work in a different atmosphere?
So Honestly, it is really easy. These kids are great. They take direction really well. They want to practice. They want to be successful. So it's not hard. We didn't have any complaints about what we were doing, what we were asking of them, asking them to put in more time to go over things. I think it's really important you balance the amount of practice with the amount of rest so that they don't feel like, oh my gosh, all we're doing is we're practicing. So even if they just get a 20, 30-minute break to go to Starbucks, to go sit in their rooms, to get a snack, to just get outside into the sunshine. We actually didn't have that great of weather, but there was some sunshine. And I think that being able to balance that and having just a group that really wanted to be successful so they were willing to put in the work and put in the time makes a huge difference.
Well, I know you had a handful of students that have been there before, but a lot of them also making their first trip.
Yes.
So was there those wide-eye moments of, oh my gosh, we're on the national stage a little bit?
I think anytime you take a first timer, there is that. It's the lights, the sounds, the venues, the people. There's a lot going on. We weren't the only event in the venue, so there's a lot of people all over the place. I think they handled it really well. We had freshmen for the first time in a really, really long time on varsity, and all of them were comfortable and familiar with the competition floor, so I don't think that was anything that was surprising to them. Obviously, the newbies on JV, many of them have danced or have been a part of the Tigette program in some way, shape, or form over the years. So I think we do our best here at home to get them acclimated and to help them understand what they're going into, even so much as one day we turn the lights off in Westwood because it's dark when they get on the nationals floor. And is it the same thing? No, but it's different to spot your turns when you don't have lights or when you have a light glaring in your face from a camera or a spotlight that's being put on you. So I think we try to do as much here at home to make it not such a shock. And I feel like that really showed on the floor. No moments of, oh my gosh, what am I doing? No panic moments. I personally felt like they were fully prepared. They might tell you something different. They might say we didn't do our job at all, but
we'll talk to them here in a little bit and kind of get their mindset of how things went and what it looked like from their point of view. But as far as those first few performances went, when you guys finally get out on the floor and those lights kick on, how'd you feel like you guys fared?
I thought it was great. We split our last year and previous years. They've done their game day routine, both JV and varsity combined. This year we decided to go ahead and split that up. And I felt like both of them put phenomenal performances on the floor, some of the best game day routines that we've done, and just really had a good time and enjoyed themselves out there. We did team performance this year for varsity for the first time in a while. They have done it in the past. I don't know when the last time was they competed at a national, since this is only year 2 for me. But I think those went so well, and they had such a good feeling of getting out there that then going into the next day of competition, they were able to even lock in even more. And varsity's lucky, they were over 3 days. So the routines were broken up over 3 days between prelims, semis, and finals. They did make it to finals on all of their dances straight through, which was nice because they got a bit of a break and didn't have to do them again. But I feel like they were able to lock in more and more each time they hit the floor, just getting used to it, feeling what people are saying about it, feeling good about their performances. They peaked at the exact right moment.
Well, that was my follow-up question, was you had your groups go straight to finals, so you jump a little bit forward. And was that something that you expected from your group? Was that an expectation or a goal for you at all, or was it just we're glad it happened?
Yeah, I think it's always a goal. It has to be, right? We don't do anything without the expectation that we want to win. What would be the point of doing anything if you weren't trying to win? So I think it's a hope, but you also can't expect it because it is such a subjective sport. A different day, different time, different judges, different outcome. And we saw that all year long because we would compete against similar people, and one time they'd be on top, the next time we would be, and it just kind of went back and forth. And so I think that you hope for that, you work for that, that is your goal. And then when it happens, it's exciting. And if it doesn't, then you lock in, readjust, you get out there, do it again, and then hope that semifinals performance gets you into finals. We didn't have to do that this year, so that was great. And obviously that's going to be the goal moving forward. That's
certainly, to me, from the outside looking in, one of the more difficult parts of what you all do is being in a subjective field. A lot of other sports, it's ball scores and that's it, right? That's the final score. That's what it is. Your team decided it. But In this realm, it's you guys go out there, you do a performance, and maybe somebody just didn't like how much you were smiling or not smiling. Those sorts of things kind of play a factor. So how much is that first maybe day or two? Are you kind of just feeling out the judges as well and seeing what they like?
If we had the same judges the whole time through, I think you'd be able to do that. What ends up happening is you have a set of judges for your first round, and then you have maybe one or two that are the same, but then they bring in different different judges. It's not going to be the same 5 people, one for every routine, because they're experts in different things. But also it's not going to be the same 5 people from POM on Saturday morning to POM on Sunday morning.
Wow.
So you have to listen to what they're telling you, adjust the things that you think are the big things that any judge is going to tell you. But then you also have to know that you might fix it because Judge A told you this, but then Judge A tomorrow is going to tell you something different. So you just never know. I mean, you have to just go out there and be yourself and do what you do best and do it to the best of your ability and own what you're putting on the floor, because that is going to be the measure of success. Yes, again, we don't do anything without the expectation or the hope that we're going to win, but you also want to make sure you leave the floor being proud of what you put on the floor, because at the end of the day, it is really up to somebody else as to what those scores. And our POM scores showed that. So they're between first and 21st, there was only a 6-point difference, and no judge had the same people in any of those spots.
Wow.
So, a judge had us in 8th and another one had us in 18th. So, it depends.
Yeah. I want to focus in on the kick routine that you guys had, because that finished 3rd in the country. Round of applause for how well they finished there. And that's something that you guys have really become known for, is your ability to put out a good kick routine. So from the before, let's go before, during, and after. The before of your finals performance.
Yes.
For kick, what was the message and how did that go?
So I think the thing everybody needs to know about kick this year is it was a completely out-of-the-box routine for us. It was very different than anything we've ever done. And it took a lot to kind of get into the character, to get in that space. We went darker, scarier. We were vampires. We typically have been pretty happy, cheery, and in general, they're pretty happy kids. So having them have to take on that a little bit more somber, dark character was one of our biggest challenges that we faced. We went back and forth a little bit, myself and the girls, on what to do with their makeup. They had an idea that I was not necessarily thinking was the right choice. So one of them just did it and then had me come into her room and turn around and looked at me, and I was like, yeah, okay, we got to do that. So I think that was the initial, okay, we're here, we're ready to do this. That, okay, we're going to take it a step further with the makeup. We're going to push the envelope there. And so then I think they were able to just kind of let it all go and leave it all out there, and we couldn't have done it better. It was fantastic.
Can I ask what that was with the makeup?
So we were vampires, and they really wanted blood coming down the side of their face, and I was digging my heels in. I couldn't visualize it, right? So you have to be able to see it. And so one of our juniors, who has been our makeup guru for this routine all year, Maddie Wills, give her a shout, because we would not have looked as good as we did without Maddie. And her dear sister, I don't know if she's here, but poor little sister was the makeup
artist,
mannequin for our makeup artist. Okay, Yes, no, she had to endure the kick makeup. And so she was able to put it together, and then once I saw it, I was like, okay, we need to take it a step further. And if you've seen any pictures, it's pretty cool. Yeah,
absolutely. So that's the before, but then the during, for you, from your perspective, how was it?
I mean, during is always terrifying, right? There's nothing I can do.
Yeah.
I don't get to call timeout. I don't get to substitute for somebody. That would be great, because then we could, rotate. There's literally nothing that I can do. So it's just a lot of yelling and screaming and cheering. And I know some people will watch the routine twice. They'll watch it once to watch the girls, and then they'll watch it again to watch the coaches. And so there was just lots of screaming and yelling and jumping up and down and pride as they were on the floor.
Yeah, I'm sure there is a lot of pride to go behind that, because you guys work very hard all year long to put that performance together, and to see it go so well. I know that it's got to feel really good inside to see it go so well. And so then that turns to the after. And what did you feel like afterwards?
I mean, I think we were all just ecstatic. Honestly, I think they knew they couldn't have done it better. They get to watch a playback, which is really cool. So after they get done, they go backstage. There's a video. It doesn't even have sound. And sometimes it's more fun to watch the dances without sound because you really have to watch the performance factor. And I think they felt really good. And, it wasn't the day to win a national championship, but they felt good, and we're really proud of what we did.
Yeah, it was a national championship effort, that's for sure.
Yes, absolutely, 100%.
Yeah. Then you get to the after, which is the fun parts, right? You guys go to Universal.
Yeah, that's Monday. I was going to say the after. Before that is like walking the Green Mile to awards, because you don't know what's going to happen.
So the after.
Yes.
You guys get to go to Universal.
Universal this year, yep.
And I know taking a big group of high school girls, it can get hectic out there in a amusement park, but I'm sure you guys had a great time. Is that right?
Yeah, I mean, again, when it's great kids, it's easy to do. So you don't have any worries. And we had some parents roaming around in the park too, so they were also keeping an eye on things and having some fun themselves. But they check in every hour with us. They have expectations of where they're supposed to be and when. They follow those. Yep. And, if anything, goes wrong, they're quick to communicate. Not that anything did, but, it's easy when the kids are great.
Absolutely. Did you have a favorite ride or a favorite thing you did when you were there?
Oh, favorite ride. I love roller coasters. There was a T-Rex dinosaur one. I don't know, the Velociraptor. Okay, yeah, the Velocicoaster. That was pretty awesome.
That was number one.
I love roller coasters though, so I will ride them all day long, every day. So.
My final question for you is just about really the entire weekend. Was there a favorite moment for you? Was there something that really stuck out to you from it all?
Ooh, I've been doing this a really long time. So I think that, I told the kids this before we left. Woo, I'm getting emotional.
I can see it.
That I've never played favorites with my team, but there's something really, really special and unique about these kids. And so I think just being able to be there with them and see their hard work pay off. And again, like I said, they peaked at the exact right moment. And so we were really tense leading up to going. We had 2 weeks in there where we didn't have a full team because of sickness. Then we had Snowmageddon, and we didn't go to school for a week, and we were still able to practice, but technically it's not mandatory. They did all show up, even though they weren't expected to, which was amazing. But we still had some injuries, we still had sickness. So I think when you see the culminating and come together the way that it did, and see them perform the way that they did, and have people respect what you're doing and what you're putting on the floor, and wanting to know where we're from and who we are. And I think that is huge. So there's not one moment. It's just getting to be there with them and spend that time with them. We look forward to it all year long. And when it goes well and it feels good, it just makes it that much more special.
Yeah. A special weekend with a special group.
Absolutely.
And, commend you guys for the effort that you put out. Very, very strong performance, and you guys really made BA proud while you were down there. I know that for sure. So thank you for coming up here with me.
Of course.
We've got a couple of Tigettes coming up just after this commercial break, so don't go anywhere. Keep it right here live on Uncaged.
All in all, there's not a better place to work.
Working at St. Francis is...
Working at St. Francis is...
Working at St. Francis is...
It's very fulfilling. The work that we do is hard. The work that we do changes people's lives.
It's more than a job.
It's more than a job.
It's more than a job.
It's more than a job. It's a calling.
Hey Tigers, I'm City Manager Michael Spurgeon. The city is preparing for the next general obligation bond election in April of 2026. Just like the improvements to Albany Street in front of the high school, bonds help pay for upgrades to public infrastructure like streets and intersections, public safety services, park improvements, and more here in our great community. To find out more about the bond process, visit the city website. Thank you for helping us build our future. Broken Arrow, enjoy the rest of the game.
While you are teaching someone special the nuances of keeping the wheel steady, we can provide you means for you to maintain financial equilibrium. First National Bank of Broken Arrow. First people put people first.
Tulsa Bone and Joint, Northeast Oklahoma's sports medicine experts. We are pleased to help you and the athletes in your life with a number of surgical and non-surgical options. Tulsa Bone and Joint is proud to serve as team orthopedist for local high schools such as Broken Arrow, Owasso, Sapulpa, Cascia Hall, and Bishop Kelly. Tulsa Bone and Joint, moving life forward.
Hey Tigers! Get the only card that donates to Broken Arrow Public Schools every time you use it. TTCU Federal Credit Union has donated more than $360,000 so far. Support the Tigers with your card today.
Oh, I got my order wrong. This is me, Jessica. And this is
Jessica?
not my coffee. And my friend said, oh wait, Quick Trip. And she said, you don't have to tell me your name. Please, serve yourself. And I was all, oh, then this happened.
Yeah, someone stole my drink.
That's how I learned Quick Trip has lattes on tap, and I will never have to tell a barista my name again. Quick Trip, raise your coffee bar.
Welcome back to Buffalo Wild Wings. It's the Uncaged podcast. I've got two of the Tigettes joining me now. Maddie Clark, the senior captain, and Kaylin Natali down there is also a captain on the team. And I'm Dylan Rivera, and we thank you for tuning in. I want to get started, again, just like with Coach Dennis, about the travel side of things, getting to Orlando, Florida. That's not an easy feat, especially when you go by bus rather than by air. So, Maddie, I'll ask you, just how was the road trip down there on the bus?
Definitely different than an airplane. I feel like all getting on, we were all really excited just because we could just sit there and talk all night. Well, at least we thought, and then we ended up passing out. But it was definitely different. I mean, we all like kind of made our own like makeshift beds with like blankets and pillows and just tried to get like as comfy as we could with what we were given. But I mean, honestly, the sleep isn't bad. The only thing that's bad about it is like switching drivers because like the lights come on, it's like beep, beep, and you're like open up your mask and you're like, it's 4 a.m, like what are we doing? But then we end up making it there and all was well. We just were really ready to just get out, stretch, and be in Florida.
So that was kind of my follow-up question was, were you able to stretch out or was it kind of cuddling up with teammates all night?
It kind of depended. Some people got their own seat and like people who got their own seat bought like dog beds for the car and like hooked it on the front and back like headrests and made like makeshift beds, and then some people like shared seats. It just kind of depended.
Yeah.
But some people would be sleeping on the floor.
Yeah, like people were we all over. Like we took up that whole bus.
Okay.
So I mean, if you had a dog bed, I mean you were.
Props to whoever brought the dog beds. I would not have thought of that. That was a genius. Okay, Coach Dennis is taking credit for that. Okay, well, you guys make it all the way down there, right? And right away you guys get into practices and everything right after your fancy dinner is what she called it, right? Kaylin, I know you guys have this every single year, the big dinner with, the dressing up rather than being in business mode, right? And having the fun times at Universal. You guys get to kind of celebrate being a team and being together down there. What's that dinner like for you all that first night?
So we go to Disney Springs, and it's really fun. Last year we went and shopped first and then had dinner. But this year we just ate, and it was kind of like what was it called?
T-Rex Cafe,
and it was like a buffet, and they just kept bringing food out. It was like burgers, mac and cheese, fries. It was so much food. And then we ate it, and then we just all went out, shopped, and had fun, and talked, and then we left and went back to the hotel.
Are those moments pretty special when you get to kind of bond with your teammates?
Yeah, especially just like Maddie leaving. Like that's our last one with Maddie. We kept making jokes like, this is our last time being with Maddie in this spot. Like we would always just be joking around with like stupid things. But yeah, it's really fun.
Yeah, well, I was going to save that question toward closer to the end of this interview, but Maddie, since she brings it up, I mean, being a senior and this being kind of your last go around as a Tigette, how are you feeling about that?
Definitely bittersweet. I feel like this was like a really good team to have my last season with. I feel like we all had like a really close bond, and I had a really good time definitely with like all the routines, how we did, the themes. Like I just feel like I wouldn't have it any other way. And I know like being the only senior sounds difficult because it's like you don't have like other seniors to cherish like the last memories with, but I feel like the team made it really easy for me to like celebrate my last because I still had like a great group of girls who were like willing to celebrate with me even if it wasn't their last, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that's great. Then you guys go the next day and you guys start getting into practices and trying to rehearse for the big moments, right? So Kaylin, how was that first day of just getting geared up and being down there and kind of getting into, okay, we've got to perform here pretty soon. You're getting into that mode, right?
It was good. It was pretty early in the morning, and we focused on one routine at a time, and we just like took in all the moments, and we would just like go over formations because like Coach Meredith said, it's a floor called Marley, so it's like you have to focus where you're at in this formation if you're on a line or a half. And so it's like we really just went over where we need to be for everything, and then we would run it full out, and then, yeah, we just keep going for all of our routines.
I definitely asked this last year, but I am always interested to know, with you all and with cheer, what you guys are thinking about when you're out there. Like, is there a thought process behind every move, or are you just kind of blacked out and going through the motions?
I don't remember anything. I just see lights. That's all. And I just go from what I trust our training.
Yeah, it's almost just like your body knows where to be and what to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that the same for you, Maddie?
Yeah, I feel like maybe if we just made like a recent change or something, I'll like definitely have that in mind. But I feel like it's mostly just like, am I standing where I need to stand? And more of like, I know the dance, so it's like just making sure we're all in the same spot. Yeah, doing the same thing. Yeah.
My follow-up here is about the physical nature of what you guys do, because I was able to watch you guys do a virtual performance at the field house that you were sending in for something, and as soon as the music ended and you guys, had that last hit, everybody fell to the floor and was like gasping for air. You guys were exhausted. So you've got 4 different performances across the board. You all are performing throughout the weekend multiple times. Are you pretty worn down by the end of it, Maddie?
Yes, I think very exhausted. I feel like a routine is like doing a super hard workout with a full face of makeup and hair slicked back while everyone's just staring at you, a professional in the workout, writing down notes about what you're doing. It's like wrong, and you're just like sitting there smiling like, please like me, I'm trying my best. So I feel like that's what it is at the end of the day. And yeah, we're tired, but I feel like we've done the dance so many times and we've had all these practices that like no matter how tired we are, there's like we can push through and like be there for each other.
Yeah. Well, you guys get into your first performances and you were able to go from those first rounds to straight to the finals, which is a pretty good feeling. What was that moment like for you, Kaylin, when you find out, okay, we're going straight to the finish?
First, it was actually just me and Maddie. We were like, can we please go find out if we made it straight to the finals? Because, like, obviously it's a goal, but you don't expect it. Like, you don't want to be disappointed. Yeah. So it was just me and Maddie. We went to go, because they have in, like, different arenas for, like, these people making it straight through, and they go to second chance. So it was just me and Maddie in an arena, and we're like the first name or the first team that they call. And me and Maddie are like freaking out, and some of the parents got it on video, but it's just like really rewarding. Like all the hard work is just like it's paid off. Like even like whatever the final outcome is, it's like it's a goal.
There is a victory there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's maybe not the big end goal, but it's a victory, and
yeah.
that's the right step. As you get to those finals performances, do you feel any more nerves or pressure, Kaylin, when you guys are about to do what is your final performance for whether it be kick, palm, game day, whatever it is? Is there any more added pressure to that?
I would say sometimes. It just depends. Like, I really just, like, whatever happens, happens. And it's like as long as we go out and feel our best, it's like it's our last time doing that. So I'm just happy to compete with my best friends for the last time, and it's just very rewarding.
Yeah, no, for sure. I asked about your mindset on the mat, but Maddie, right before you guys go, right, they, as Coach Dennis had talked about, they turn the lights out and everything. What's that moment like for you? What are you thinking then?
I'm like excited, but I'm like freaking out, but I'm like nervous, but I'm like ready to get out there. I feel like a few times for us, like one of the times before we went on, there was like an injury a couple routines before, so they like paused the routines for like an extra like 15 minutes or something. So we were all like sitting there like extra like antsy to just like get out there and perform because of like the injury, or they'll have like random like judge breaks, and I think another time we were after a judge break. So it's like we go to the warm-up room and then you go like backstage and you're like kind of waiting in line, and we all do like a team huddle and we like pray, and just we actually have pixie sticks before every performance. So we take our pixie stick and we just kind of like talk about how we want the routine to go. So it's like a really mix of nerves, but like happy nerves. Like whenever we're done with this, we're gonna feel great, we're gonna feel rewarded, we're just ready to go out there.
Yeah. Is there a reason for the pixie sticks? Is there a history behind that? Do you know at all? Or is that a question for Coach Dennis later?
After game day, they had one of the judges' critiques, and they were like, wow, your energy is so high, it's almost like you guys had pixie sticks before this.
Well, yeah, we did.
We were like, we did.
Yeah.
Actually.
There you go, yeah.
I don't even know if there's like a history. We just did
we just started doing it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, I mean, like, when we're like smiling and stuff, and you have like a colorful one, you can like see it on your tongue. So we always, I don't know, I just feel like it's like a good luck thing.
Yeah, something a little different, something that's unique to you all. I like that. That can be a tradition all the way through Coach Dennis's tenure here with Broken Arrow. It can be something that sticks around for a while. As far as the finals goes, and you guys finish up, you find out you finished third. Was that something that hit you kind of hard, or were you just proud of your team in that moment, Maddie?
I was really proud of our team. We did get third last year too, and third is a really good place to be in for kick. Like, it's a really highly competitive division, and we are pretty successful in it. So it's a very good place to be in. I was really happy with it. I mean, obviously, like, first would have been great, you know what I mean? Like, and that's what we work for. But I mean, we put up a really good fight, and our finals performance was the best we'd ever done kick, in my opinion, and it was also my last performance ever. So I was really grateful for that.
Yeah. What is the emotion like coming off of the stage for your final performance?
I was definitely sad. I was like crying because I was like, this is the best I've ever done, but I was crying because like, I'm never going to do this again. It was like, but then like when I was watching the playback, like she said, we get to watch a playback. When I like realized like it was the best we'd ever done, I just felt like really good, like really bittersweet, like sad that it's over, but like really happy that got to be my last performance.
Yeah, absolutely. And then you guys get to finish up with a lot of fun and go to Universal. So, Kaylin, the experience at Universal has got to be a lot of fun for you all. Did you have like a favorite moment, a favorite ride, anything that really stuck out to you?
Velocicoaster.
Okay.
It was so fun. We rode it 2 times, and we got Starbucks. It was so fun.
They have like a new park down there, right? Or new stuff with...
Yeah. What is it called?
I don't know. I don't think we went to it.
Oh, you didn't? Okay.
It's like a...
I was going to get your early reviews on it, so I knew if I needed to go or not.
Yeah. You should and let us know, though.
Okay.
Maybe we can convince them to go to that next time they go to Universal. The Epic Universe. That's what it's called.
There it is. Epic Universe. Okay.
Yeah, we didn't get to go, but...
Okay. But you guys still had fun? Still did a lot of things?
Was
Velocicoaster your number one as well?
I don't know. I think it was because the other big one we went on, the Hulk one, I like it, but I don't like the ones where it's like tick, tick, and you're like waiting to go up. Velocicoaster, you're just like boom, and you're off, and then you're going around.
Okay.
Yeah. I also really like the Hagrid's one, the Harry Potter one.
Oh, yeah.
Even though I've literally never seen Harry Potter.
I went to Universal years ago, and I remember that ride, so that was a good one.
Yeah, it's really fun.
Yeah. I didn't ride the Hulk one, because doesn't that one disconnect like somewhere, or like tosses you from one to the side?
I don't think so.
Maybe that was a different
really
one.
fast, though.
There was one that you literally like go off of one track to another one, and I did not want to ride that. I was terrified of that.
I don't think we would have rode that either.
Yeah, I don't
that sounds scary.
Maybe they got rid of that one then, because
probably.
I was terrified of that one. Final question to you all is the same one that I asked her. Was there a moment from this past weekend, I guess it's 2 weeks ago now, but a moment from it that really stuck out to you that was really special for you? Anything in particular, or was it just the weekend as a whole for you, Kaylin?
I would say just always, the whole season, you're just waiting for nationals and like the build-up of it. So I would just say just being in the moment and being with everyone and knowing we've worked so hard for that moment, and then it just like being over. It feels like crazy, and like now we're just about to start a new season, but it was very like fun, and I'm glad we got to go with this group of girls.
Yeah. Maddie, what about you? What were your thoughts on it all?
I feel like mostly the same as Kaylin. Like, that's all we talk about. Like, yeah, we have these competitions that like build up, get more serious and more serious, but nationals is like always what we're talking about. Like, it's like the finale, you know what I mean? And like getting to be around all the other teams, like practicing around them in like the same like area as them, because there's just like carpet areas where teams just like spread out and practice, and we have these like cool headphones that we all like turn our music on, and we all look cool because like our music's all in our headphones, and we look like we're like locked in and we know what we're doing, which we do, but
and no one can hear it, just us.
But sometimes people have the headphones like the same brand as us, and we can like switch to their channel, and we're like, ooh, like we can hear your music. But yeah, pretty much just getting to go and like we're actually there. Like, it doesn't even feel like we're actually there because we talk about it so much, and then we get there and we're like, we are actually here, like doing this.
It goes by so fast.
Yeah, it's almost surreal, isn't it? Like being down there and just being with your teammates and finishing off the season in a big way. So congratulations on your third place finish in kick and your finishes elsewhere as well. But you guys had a great season, and like I told Coach Tennis, you guys definitely made Broken Arrow proud while you were down there. So congratulations to you all.
Thank you.
We've got 2 more Tigettes coming your way. We're not done just yet, so don't go anywhere. Keep it right here live on Uncaged.
All in all, there's not a better place to work.
Working at St. Francis is...
Working at St. Francis is...
Working at St. Francis is...
It's very fulfilling. The work that we do is hard. The work that we do changes people's lives.
It's more than a job.
It's more than a job.
It's more than a job.
It's more than a job. It's a calling.
Hey Tigers, I'm City Manager Michael Spurgeon. The city is preparing for the next general obligation bond election in April of 2026. Just like the improvements to Albany Street in front of the high school, bonds help pay for upgrades to public infrastructure like streets and intersections, public safety services, park improvements, and more here in our great community. To find out more about the bond process, visit the city website. Thank you for helping us build our future. Broken Arrow, enjoy the rest of the game.
While you are teaching someone special the nuances of keeping the wheel steady, we can provide you means for you to maintain financial equilibrium. First National Bank of Broken Arrow. First people put people first.
Tulsa Bone and Joint, Northeast Oklahoma's sports medicine experts. We are pleased to help you and the athletes in your life with a number of surgical and non-surgical options. Tulsa Bone and Joint is proud to serve as team orthopedist for local high schools such as Broken Arrow, Owasso, Sapulpa, Cascia Hall, and Bishop Kelly. Tulsa Bone and Joint, moving life forward.
Hey Tigers! Get the only card that donates to Broken Arrow Public Schools every time you use it. TTCU Federal Credit Union has donated more than $360,000 so far. Support the Tigers with your card today.
Oh, I got my order wrong. This is me, Jessica. And this is
Jessica?
not my coffee. And my friend said, oh wait, Quick Trip. And she said, you don't have to tell me your name. Please, serve yourself. And I was all, oh, then this happened.
Yeah, someone stole my drink.
That's how I learned Quick Trip has lattes on tap, and I will never have to tell a barista my name again. Quick Trip, raise your coffee bar.
Welcome back to Buffalo Wild Wings and the Uncaged podcast. We got one more segment of our show for you. Down there on the end, joining me now is Aspen Reedy, and Hadley Wagner's right here next to me. We've got to close things up here, and I've got a few different questions for you guys, but I want to start in a similar place. I feel like we've covered the travel stuff. It went smoothly for everybody. Everybody kind of liked it, had their own thing. But that first day of practicing, Hadley, I'll turn it to you first, is going through all your routines 100% basically, right? Trying to get prepped and ready to go. How was that for you that first day?
I think it's very challenging on the body. It can be very difficult to go through everything, but it's also still really exciting and fun because we have a lot to look forward to with the rest of the week. But it's it's nice to kind of, I think, get everything out of the way at first and be like, okay, I feel really prepared to go in to our final performances and just to be fully ready and commit to everything. Oh, sorry.
You're good.
But yeah, I had a lot of fun because it's really fun for me to I guess get that adrenaline rush when we're going through so many performances and stuff, and just being there for my teammates and yeah.
Do you feel like that helps you that first day to just kind of run through everything sort of back to back to back?
Yeah, 100%. I feel like it kind of gets my nerves out before hitting an actual big stage because they were saying earlier, we don't get a lot of opportunities to practice on Marley, and I think it just kind of gets my nerves out of getting out on a new floor, and yeah.
Okay. I know most of my questions have been in regards to Florida, but Aspen, I kind of want to ask you about really the time leading up to going to Florida, because you guys are working on this year-round, really, and trying to prepare for this big stage. So talk to me just about that, those few months where those many months where you guys are preparing and working on this routine to sharpen it up and have it ready for Orlando.
Yeah, so we start choreography over the summer, and then we clean it, we practice, and do all the things to get ready for that first competition. In October is when our first one is. And then from there, we take the feedback from the judges and just, everything that we learn about, like, the choreography that we're doing, get more into the character, get more into the choreography, more comfortable, and then apply that as we go along with our different competitions, because we have multiple regionals, and then we have state, another regional, and then that all leads up to nationals, so that it's our best performance when we get there.
And Coach Dennis had talked about you guys were doing something a little different. You went darker this year. You decided to go with a vampire route. How was that for you as an adjustment? Was it a big adjustment to go into the dark realms, or was it pretty easy for you to transition over?
It was a little difficult, because I'm definitely more of I like to smile when I perform. But it was fun though to try to embrace something different rather than just the normal things that we do. So it, I think, made all of us think a little bit harder about it, and I think it was pretty cool. Like, I enjoyed it because it was a challenge.
Yeah. Hadley, would you say the same thing?
Yeah, I liked being able to kind of challenge myself with a new emotion.
Yeah. Was it a totally different character for you that you'd ever done before? Like, I mean, even outside of dance, have you ever been like a vampire for Halloween or something that maybe got you in the mood, or was it just completely out of your comfort zone?
I think it's kind of like a half and half thing, because I feel like for the most part, I'm really comfortable with playing new characters, I guess, because I like getting in my feelings and emotions, but I'm not really a dark person either. I'm a very optimistic sometimes.
Sure,
so,
yeah. Let's talk about your kick routine a little bit. You guys finished third in the nation in kick, and that's really impressive. So I know the goal is to finish as the number one, but still third is a really great spot to finish. What was the emotion like when you find out you finished third, Aspen, and was it just a lot of pride in your team?
Yes. We, as Maddie said earlier, placed third last year as well. But I think the teams above us in first and second worked just as hard as we did. Obviously, it's not the outcome we hoped for, but third out of 12 in the nation is really good.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Maddie had said earlier that it's a very difficult division, and it is. It takes a lot of precision, a lot of practice, a lot of everybody looks the same, but then we had to get into the character, so it was a challenge for sure, but it was a good feeling to know that we're still third in the nation.
Yeah.
I was proud of my team, for sure.
We've talked a lot about the kick one, so I kind of want to transition a little bit away from that and talk about the team performance that you guys had that finished fifth. Was there something about that performance that really stuck out to you, Hadley, and how it went, or was it just kind of smooth sailing, or how was it?
We tried performing with a team performance last year, but there was just a lot going on, and I think with Meredith coming in for our first year, it's just not our top priority. So this year to do it, and it was my first time ever competing in a team performance dance, and our theme was Justin Timberlake, and this is one of my first dances that I think I've had just genuine so much fun out on the floor, because when I was dancing, I noticed I was wow, this is just the most genuine smile I've had out on stage, because I think sometimes whenever you're out on stage, it's very draining, because you're I have to put on a smile and I have to perform this dance whenever I feel like I'm dying and I'm I am exhausted. But I think during team performance, it was kind of the first time that I've ever was wow, this is going by so quick, and this is so much fun, just because it's a dance that it's not our top priority, so it's a dance that's kind of okay, this is less stress, it's more fun, and yeah.
And this was a different category for you guys in terms of doing this performance. You all go across 4 different styles, right, in 2 minutes?
Yes.
So it moves quickly. Is that a challenge for you, Aspen, to go from one to the other? Is it hard to kind of get that all down, or is it just kind of second nature?
I mean, it's a little hard at first, because it's I'm doing jazz 1 second and now I'm kicking. Yeah. But once all the choreography like flows together and we practice it a whole bunch, then it's just another dance. But you have to like remind yourself, like, be flowy on the jazz part, but then you have to be sharp on the palm. And, you know, remember like all of your technique for each different style.
Yeah, and it gets to the really minute details. I talked about this last year. I learned about this last year. I mean, it's as much as a foot landing this way and it should be this way. It can count you off points. So how much are you guys focused on making sure everything is sharp and you're hitting on every single thing, Hadley?
I feel like, well, for like our practice schedule, we have kind of set days where we're focusing on this dance and focusing on this dance. So it's just like the amount of time that we spend on a certain dance, perfecting every single time. Sometimes we'll just have to go over the same like 4 counts for the entire practice. I remember there was like one practice where that's all we did was like the same 4 counts, and it's just like, that's just the part of cleaning, and I think the part of like almost getting our dance to near perfection that we strive for.
Yeah, and I know you guys are making changes, you know, really almost all the way up to nationals, little small things, but still cleaning up the routine in that aspect as well. Is that challenging when you guys are still adding new things and new wrinkles to the routines?
Not necessarily when it's like really, really small. We did have a couple weeks before nationals where we like re-choreographed a whole bunch of kick, and it was kind of crazy, but it ended up looking a lot better, and everybody put in the same amount of work to make it look better. But I don't think it's necessarily too stressful, the small things.
Yeah, well, and you guys went through really I don't want to say a difficult stretch, but I mean, you guys had snowstorm, you had, you know, distance learning days, all those sorts of things. So you had different factors really outside of your normal practice routine that forces the ship to kind of rock a little bit. And then if you're throwing in new stuff around that same time, that's going to be a bit of a challenge. So just talk to me about your team's effort during that time, and Aspen, how it kind of just all came together for you.
I think everyone has the same goal, and that's to do our best. And, you know, if that means winning, then that means winning. But everyone showed up to every practice that they could. Obviously, if you're like horribly sick, then like stay home and
Don't
get better.
come, yeah.
Right. But everyone showed up to everything that they could and gave as much energy as possible in the best way that they can. You know, I mean, if you just came back from being sick, then you're probably going to be a little low on energy. But and obviously our coaches were super understanding, and like, you know, if you're sick, stay home. If you need to come and just sit, then that's fine too, because at least you're watching, seeing what we're changing. And, you know, and we have alternates for palm and kick, and all of them were great, like going in people's spots as people were out for sickness and injury and whatnot. So I think between all 17 of us plus our coaches, it was still successful for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I kind of want to talk about the moments away from the mat too, and you guys spending time together as a team down in Orlando, and the universal stuff included, I guess. But really those times in the hotel, those moments together, in between performances, those sorts of things. Hadley, what are those moments like? What are you guys talking about? Is it just relaxed? Is it kind of talking about the atmosphere where you are, or is it talking about other things and trying to take your mind out of nationals mode, I guess?
I think it could be a big mixture of it all. And I feel like those like moments at nationals, whenever we have more of a relaxation time, are the times whenever like our teammates get some of the closest, and whenever we can just, I guess, get to know parts of them that we didn't know, because I mean we're spending like every day for the next whole week with them. And I just like, I think my favorite part of that is just getting to know new aspects of my teammates and stuff. But yeah, we talk about a lot of stuff. It was like range from my room. We talked a lot about just like, we talked a lot about like God and this spiritual stuff. But then there was also moments where we would just be like goofing off and just joking around, but then also just like talking about like, oh yeah, this, like I'm really tired, I'm exhausted, but I'm just really grateful to be here, and yeah.
Yeah, and that kind of seems to be the consensus among you all, is that you guys are all really feeling like you're blessed to be there, and that really, I think, goes a long way carrying you all into these performances, because if you feel like I get to be here rather than I have to be here, that goes a long way. I want to run through real fast just how you guys finished on everything. Palm finished 18th, game day 14th, team performance 5th, and kick 3rd overall at DTU Nationals. Really great performances all around. As we move away from the Nationals conversation, I want to ask you guys about 2 different things here. And Aspen, one specifically for you, is being a 12-year Tigette next year, assuming that you are on the team still. Tryouts coming soon. If you need to know, Tigette's tryouts coming soon. But 12-year Tigette, that's a really special accomplishment. And just talk to me about that journey from when you first began to now getting ready to start what will be your senior season. Just what has all this program meant to you?
So I started in 1st grade, obviously, and my mom put me in it, and I didn't know what it was because obviously I'm like 5 years old. But I'm so glad she did. I have made like most of my best friends. Most of them are sitting right over there. And I have met incredible people. I am very thankful that I get to spend my 3 varsity years with Meredith as my coach. And I think it's really cool because my mom was also a Tigette, and so it's cool to like, carry that on, and she's Booster Club president as well, so it's nice to have her involved. But I hope to dance in college, so this is something that will help me get there. Yeah, well, and talking about having a parent that was a part of the Tigettes, 2025 was 50 years for the Tigette program, a really cool thing for you guys to be able to celebrate, and for us within the athletics department to also be able to celebrate and talk about what a great program it really is, top to bottom. Hadley, I know you guys were really able to celebrate with former Tigettes in the fall. What's it been like being able to kind of see the past and see the memories of what the Tigettes used to look like to what they look like now, and just how special it is to be a part of the program?
I think for me it's just been really cool because Tigettes has been like a really big part of my life. I started when I was around in 3rd grade, and I had to skip 1 grade because I went to Texas, but I came back, and
we'll forget about that.
Yeah. But I think just like seeing all the different generations and like the way Tigettes has changed over time was just really kind of eye-opening to see how like I'm a part of such a special thing. And just like, I remember there was this game, it was our homecoming game, and one of the previous Tigettes brought like these huge fluffy palms, and they were super hard to hold and super hard to dance with. And it was just really cool for me to be able to see like, wow, that's what they used to do, and now I'm here being a part of something that was such a big part of their life, and now it gets to be like continued on through me, and that maybe that can continue on to new people too. Yeah, it's gone on for generations, and I do want to get an answer out of at least one of you guys about the outfits that they used to wear, because some of them are pretty crazy. They've got bedazzles, they look like suits sometimes. It's nuts. Aspen, I mean, you guys don't necessarily rock those same uniforms day to day anymore. That was a little bit different, I'm sure, seeing the pictures of those old outfits.
Yeah, my mom thought they were really cool. So she thought it was like the best thing in the whole world. She was like, we had the best uniforms. She got all her old ones out. But they did not have a lot of gold. It was very yellow. Yes, yeah. So I'm glad that we get to wear some real gold. Yeah, BA's colors were a little different back in the day. Yeah, they were a little weird looking. But yeah, I'm thankful that all the stuff we have is super cute, and it's cool to see how it's changed. Yeah. Over the course of 50 years. Would you guys ever rock like a retro one and go back to maybe what it looked like in the 80s? Just not the yellow. Yeah, just not the yellow. Right. Okay. Meredith knows. Just not the yellow. Not the yellow, but everything else is acceptable. Okay.
And you talked about in the fall, we talked about the homecoming game. You had some of the Tigettes from previous years that came back. You were able to talk to a lot of them from that time and from years past. And I think one of the founding members was also able to come and speak to you guys for a little while. What was that like, being able to see the generations impacted across so many years that now is you're a part of it?
I thought it was really fun being on the sidelines with them at the game, because they were all lined up right behind us whenever we were in the front, and they were just the sweetest and having the most fun. And then it was just so funny to hear them like, oh yeah, and then we used to do it like this, or because I feel like over time we've gained like new sideline dances and changed just a few new sidelines, and so it's just like so fun to see their reactions, I guess, to whenever they're like, oh wow, you guys has changed that a lot, or they'll kind of just be like, yeah, this is what we used to do. And I love getting to like experience that through them and be part of that with them. Yeah,
I think it's really cool for you all to be able to see how they used to do things, and for them to be able to see how you all are doing things and how much things have changed over the years. And man, I just want to celebrate you guys one more time with how well you did down in Florida with your third place finish in kick, your 5th in team performance, 18th POM, 14th game day. You guys did very well down there, and I've mentioned it before, but I'll say it to you all as well, is you guys really made Broken Arrow proud, and every time you guys go down there, you guys do very well, and so we're very proud of how you performed then. We're proud of Tigettes for lasting 50 years and continuing to impact generations all throughout Broken Arrow. And we hope that so many more will be impacted by this program for years to come. Thank you all for joining me up here. And we thank you all for tuning in. We will be back next week here at Buffalo Wild Wings with the baseball team. You'll have to tune into that one live on Uncaged.